Welcome back to Auto Culture, the channel where we dive deep into the world of global defense technology, powerful weapons, and military strategies that shape modern warfare. Today, our focus turns toward North Korea and one of its most significant missile developments, the Hwasong-12, a powerful intermediate-range ballistic missile that has captured the world's attention and raised tensions across the Pacific region. The Hwasong-12 is not just another missile in North Korea's arsenal. It represents a leap in the country's missile technology, a statement of power and defiance against international pressure. When this missile first appeared in 2017, it marked a turning point in how the world viewed North Korea's military capabilities. Unlike previous, shorter-range systems, the Hwasong-12 was designed to go much farther, far enough to potentially reach U.S. military bases in Guam and beyond. To understand the significance of this missile, let's look at its background. The name, Hwasong, means Mars in Korean, a symbolic title used for several of North Korea's ballistic missiles. The Hwasong-12, in particular, is classified as an intermediate-range ballistic missile, or IRBM. It's estimated to have a range between 3,700 to 4,500 kilometers, giving it the ability to strike targets across East Asia and deep into the Pacific Ocean. Now, when it was first tested in May 2017, the world was watching closely. The missile was launched from Hwasong, a city in North Korea's North Pyongan province. It flew to a height of over 2,000 kilometers before landing in the Sea of Japan, after traveling about 787 kilometers horizontally. The test wasn't just about distance, it was about demonstrating a new level of missile reliability and accuracy. The missile itself is a single-stage, liquid-fueled system. Experts believe it uses a new high-thrust engine that North Korea first showcased earlier that year. The design of the Hwasong-12 shows significant advancement compared to older Scud-based missiles, indicating that North Korea was moving toward more sophisticated, domestically produced technology. The vehicle is launched from a mobile transporter erector launcher, which allows for increased flexibility and surprise in deployment, making it more difficult for foreign intelligence to track and target. What really shocked military analysts around the world was the fact that North Korea launched the Hwasong-12 on a highly lofted trajectory. This means it was fired almost straight up into the sky to avoid crossing over neighboring countries, while still proving it could theoretically reach much longer distances if fired on a normal flight path. In other words, the test showed that the Hwasong-12 could, in theory, reach U.S. territories such as Guam. North Korea's leader, Kim Jong-un, personally oversaw the tests and described them as a perfect success. State media reported that the missile was capable of carrying a large, heavy nuclear warhead. Whether or not it can actually deliver a nuclear payload that far remains uncertain, but the claim itself was enough to intensify global discussions on security and deterrence. Let's take a closer look at the technical specifications. The Hwasong-12 is approximately 16 meters in length and around 1.5 meters in diameter. Its total launch weight is estimated to be around 28 tons. It uses a single engine powered by liquid propellant, believed to be a variant of the RD-250 engine originally developed in the Soviet Union. This engine provides powerful thrust, which gives the missile both the altitude and range that make it so threatening. The missile's guidance system remains largely unknown, but North Korean engineers have likely improved it over time. Earlier Hwasong versions had limited accuracy, but the Hwasong-12 showed better stability during flight tests, suggesting enhanced guidance and control systems. Over the years, several tests have been conducted, with varying degrees of success. After multiple failures in early 2017, North Korea managed to achieve a successful test by mid-year. Each successful launch demonstrated growing technical mastery. The message to the world was clear. North Korea was no longer reliant on outdated technology, it was becoming a serious missile power capable of developing and deploying advanced systems independently. In August 2017, North Korea made global headlines again by announcing plans to launch 4 Hwasong-12 missiles toward the waters near Guam. The announcement sparked massive tension with the United States and its allies. Although the launch never occurred, it highlighted how the Hwasong-12 had become a political weapon as much as a military one, a tool for strategic messaging and deterrence. By 2018, As diplomatic talks between North Korea and the United States began, missile tests slowed down. But the Hwasong-12 remained a symbol of what North Korea had achieved in just a few short years. It proved that the country could build and successfully launch missiles that reached intermediate ranges, bridging the gap between short-range tactical systems and intercontinental ballistic missiles like the Hwasong-14 and Hwasong-15 that would follow. Even after a period of calm, North Korea resumed testing in later years. In 2022, it reportedly launched a Hwasong-12 missile that flew over Japan, something that had not happened in 5 years. This test caused major alarm across the region. Sirens went off in Japanese cities, and millions of people were urged to take shelter. The missile traveled over 4,500 kilometers before falling into the Pacific Ocean, once again demonstrating North Korea's reach and intent. This event reminded the world that the Hwasong-12 remains a key part of North Korea's deterrence strategy. While newer missiles have since been introduced, the Hwasong-12 still serves as a proven, reliable platform for delivering either conventional or nuclear warheads. It's mobile, powerful, and politically significant, traits that make it an essential component of Pyongyang's strategic toolkit. The missile's success also contributed to North Korea's confidence in developing even longer-range systems. The lessons learned from the Hwasong-12 directly influenced the design and performance of later intercontinental missiles. In this way, the Hwasong-12 was both a technological stepping stone and a political game changer. From a defense perspective, the Hwasong-12 showcases North Korea's ability to innovate under sanctions and isolation. Every test represents years of secret research, engineering, and production. Despite limited resources, the country has managed to create a weapon that challenges even the most advanced defense systems in the region. For countries like the United States, South Korea, and Japan, this missile means one thing: deterrence must evolve. Missile defense systems like THAAD, Aegis, and Patriot have been upgraded in response, showing how one missile can reshape military postures across an entire region. In the end, the Hwasong-12 stands as more than just a piece of metal and fuel. It's a symbol of national pride, resistance, and strategic ambition for North Korea. Whether viewed as a threat or a statement, it cannot be ignored. Its development marked the moment when North Korea's missile program crossed from regional nuisance to global concern. So, as we look at the Hwasong-12 today, it remains one of the most defining weapons in North Korea's history, a missile that bridged the gap between ambition and capability, between isolation and international impact. Thanks for watching Autoculture. If you found this deep dive into North Korea's Hwasong-12 missile interesting, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth videos about global defense technology and military power. Stay tuned for more updates and stories from the world of military innovation, only here on Autoculture.